You see how fucking expensive gas is in LA now?
I gassed up this morning, and it was more expensive than I had ever seen it. We have like the cheapest gas station around.
In LA right now, I saw one that was $7.65 a gallon.
Okay, Santa Monica or Malibu coming down, I saw $7.30.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, crazy.
I mean, what the fuck? How are people going to afford that?
Well, they're raising wages to $20 an hour. It'll all be better with that.
Oh, yeah, right.
Apparently, lab-grown meat is how they're going to want us to afford that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. This is one of those like layered concepts that just adds to how fucked up I feel like our options are as human beings moving forward.
They're getting more and more fucked up.
More and more fucked up. And you have these bozo talking heads on here trying to convince us, oh, it's already like, another thing you eat. Maybe it's not that bad. You should try it. I will try it. Thanks, Dale. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, listen, I'm heading to Hawaii and hang out with my Hawaiian friends, and I'm just going to be snacking on Spam. Because I ain't eating that shit.
At least, like, the real content of Spam, at least there's something that had to, like, consume and build its life through biological means.
Yeah, it was
as
actually living and breathing at one point in time.
Yeah. All right, you want to start this one off, dude? This one's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Hey guys, it happened. There's the proof. Dino made me the burger. I've known you a long time, Dino.
Yeah.
And you have never, ever made me a cheeseburger.
You know what, man? Next time you come, it's
Go buy an
on for
RV.
sure.
Yeah, go buy an RV.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly.
You're not a buyer.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers are for buyers, okay?
That means I must have bought the bus. So we're coming to you soon. Get your burger. Come to Mike Thompson and buy that bus. Well, guys, looks like I'm moving to Hawaii because I don't know about that lab-grown chicken, man. I'm going to stick with Spam.
Absolutely. I'm going Spam Musubi and Loco Moco over lab-grown KFC, which, if we're being honest, has probably been lab-grown for longer than we know.
We don't have a clue, man, what they're doing. We don't have a clue.
Whew. And the fact that the FDA is approving this one, and that we just heard about it a couple months ago on ABC, right?
Yep.
Just comes out, and there's already some restaurant trying to get their hands on it and serve it.
And they say within 5 years it'll be in the grocery stores.
Oh my goodness. And it can stay there for 15 years, I would figure, if it's just sells.
It's like Spam. It'll, 45 years later you find a can, open it up, and you're good to go, man.
Now, okay, I'm also trying to like wrestle with it from the idea of meat itself that we take out of animals is really just cells as well. But I can't get around the fact that there is something special and I think unique about the nutrition you get from something that's had to go through birth, growth, and death.
Listen, I understand, people's point of view when they're the animal cruelty thing.
For sure.
And I hate to see that also, but, there's a lot of great ranchers out there that do it the good old-fashioned way, and they take great care of their animals, and then you get a great product.
And you also get a lot healthier land, right?
Yeah.
The degradation of farmland we know is a huge problem in this country, and we actually really need animals to be a part of these biodynamic systems and build that back up.
Absolutely. I mean, the more and more you cut that out, one day you might not have a chicken.
Yeah.
Right?
And on this show, we've had Slim Jims in the studio, I think, since episode 1, right?
We still have them.
Still have them here.
Who knows what's in a Slim Jim?
Yeah.
But
And nobody is hungrier for them than Maisie. But it is my responsibility as her owner, as her dog father,
yes,
to protect her from eating something that processed and that foreign to her, like her little evolutionary digestive tract, right?
But can you imagine, guys, in 20, 30 years, probably way before then, that might be your only option in the big cities.
Oh, for sure.
That might be it.
I mean, it would actually surprisingly shorten the like production chain for a lot of fast food restaurants, right? If they have labs in the basement where they're growing your chicken nuggies.
Well, listen, I'm gonna be freaked out if you got a funeral home next to you, because then we're gonna be going Soylent Green, man.
That Soylent Green
And you
shit
know that
was
shit's coming.
So good.
Damn. Well, why waste that body? You know, the cannibals did it for thousands of years. It's probably gonna come back. But that's what this shit reminds me of.
Of cannibalism?
No, of Soylent Green.
Okay.
Just the way they manufacture these things. You know,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And that guy said it was pretty rubbery. That turned me off. But you did have a good point about the hot dogs. If they grew a hot dog in a lab, that's probably better than chicken beaks and all that other
That's
crap.
what I'm saying. There are absolutely things that I've eaten that
Yeah.
you could tell me that was grown in a lab and I would believe it.
No, I'm sure you have and didn't know it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I wonder, man. Yeah. I know a couple McChickens in the past. Well, we were doing some skateboarding back in the day that were definitely questionable enough.
Dude, if you knew what was in a chicken McNugget, it might be a different story.
Oh, there are reasons we don't, for sure.
Don't sue me, Mr. Big M, because hey, it just looks spooky to me. But something growing in a lab, well, look at it this way. They put kids in a petri dish and grow them in there. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like it's nothing new.
And now, yeah, like that concept of creating life is one thing, but you brought up Soylent Green, and it goes back to an issue I have with a lot of Silicon Valley food trends and biohacking trends.
Yeah.
I understand if you feel better when you're operating on an empty stomach and you like, micro fasting or intermittent
fasting.
We don't need to be full to the fucking collar line every hour of every day. That's for sure. But when you cross into that line where you start to think, okay, how do I remove nature from receiving my nutrition? That's where I'm not into it anymore, because food is really a basic thing that I enjoy and that people have enjoyed for so long. I mean, cows enjoy it, right? Chicken used to enjoy it.
But what about this fake nutrients and all this stuff? I just can't think it's long-term, going to be stable.
No. And I wonder how, we see the buildup of other chemicals and types of things that we eat, right? From processed foods. We see how that builds up and how cancer becomes more prevalent, whatever disorder can we pass along, things like that, right? There are consequences to these. So this seems...
Well, I'll tell you something. I'll bet you, they don't want people to live that long, okay? Because it's a burden on society. So maybe if they orchestrate this the way they want to, it cuts down on the life expectancy, which, I don't know, there's some weird shit when it comes to this kind of thing.
Well, and maybe it's that sweet spot, right? Because this amorphous issue,
whoever that is,
I'll take that one at face value for this conversation for sure. I'm into that. They want you to live just long enough to be paying your taxes, but not long enough for Social Security to kick in.
God forbid you make it to that.
Oh goodness!
That means that's a strike for them.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be long gone by the time I'm 20 years away from that. So good on you, they.
Yeah.
But this does produce that kind of question too. How manufactured of a life do you want to live where you can't necessarily enjoy a home-cooked meal in the same sense that we could now? With Thanksgiving around the corner, I'm suspect of this chicken.
Oh, hell yeah. But think about this. Let's say in 100 years from now, the population has quadrupled or whatever it's done. Mm-hmm. There's not enough food on the planet to feed the people.
Yeah.
Not enough animals. So it just gets worse and worse and worse. Mm-hmm. So what's the turnaround point?
Well, there are some fun, dystopian theories about that, too. There was that movie... Cloud Atlas with Tom Hanks, and one of the storylines in that they had kind of progressed to that point, and
they had killed off all the humans.
Well, they were using these cloned worker humans as the protein source.
Yeah,
and it's kind of one of those things you discover in the film that is shocking, but
I didn't know there were that many of our Tom Cruises running around. There was like 60 of them in that
it's-
movie.
That one was Tom Hanks, but yeah.
No, but that was a really interesting movie. But that was about aliens taking over and that kind of a thing. But, who knows, guys? Right now, I'm not convinced anything that comes out of a lab, whether if it's Wuhan or LA, that it's going to be good for you.
This year for Thanksgiving, no lab-grown turkey. Talk to your local pasture-raising farmers and get one from them.
We're striking.
I generally don't want to eat anything that weird. Like I was able to successfully grow my own watermelons for the first time this year. And we're
Nice.
just finishing up our first 12-pound watermelon. And the thing,
Isn't it awesome to grow your own food?
oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I mean, growing up doing it, I felt like it was a huge privilege and honestly just something to enjoy every season.
And you guys, even if you have a little apartment, get a little pot. You can
Yeah.
grow tomatoes like that.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Or
chilies.
Green peas are
Yeah.
one of my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I was notorious at one of our houses in college. Sean Brown, you'll remember this. His bedroom window is right near where we had the garden, and I would sneak out there in the mornings and just crunch down a handful of peas. And
So you were the rabbit.
I was the rabbit back there. Yeah, I would have my
We
rabbit
got a
breakfast.
really big rabbit. Hey, guys, all I got to say is be suspect. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. Peace out.